7 years ago, in 2017, the extraction shooter was created thanks to the release of Escape from Tarkov. The same year, another genre was about to explode with the release of PUBG. Many currently speculate that extraction shooters are the next big battle royale, but that leaves one question lingering. Where are they? Today there exist several popular battle royales like Warzone, Fortnite, PUBG and Apex Legends. When it comes to extraction shooters, you could say Tarkov, Hunt Showdown, DMC, Marauders, The Cycle Frontier and Ghost of Tabor, who are the big current extraction shooters. But is that really true? The Cycle Frontier got shut down last year because it was not popular enough. Marauders is still active but has fallen off and is not that popular anymore. In Ghost of War's case, it's a VR game and it's not really that popular. And DMC is just popular because it's Call of Duty, and even so, that might not even help it in the long run. And so that leaves us with only Tarkov and Hunt Showdown, who seems to be the only popular and sustainable extraction shooters in the market. I think there are 3 key reasons why, and the first, but also the smallest one, is Tarkov itself. But you're probably confused as to why it is one of the reasons for extraction shooters failing or not being as popular as they could and should be. I mean, Tarkov was the one who basically invented and popularized the genre itself. But I believe there is one simple reason. It's the game's popularity. I think it leads to so many games being compared to it. So when a new game releases and hasn't been out for 7 years, it will certainly look barren content-wise if you compare it. Another effect of Tarkov's dominance of the genre is the Tarkov killer effect. Often when a new extraction shooter is announced, like We the People, and especially in Greyzone's case, it's always the Tarkov killer. Because of the killer phrase, people will expect it to be automatically better, objectively, than Tarkov. This has happened in gaming before, just like how games tried to call themselves the Halo killers. And in the end, it was only Halo who could kill itself. But that is the small reason. The big one, and second reason, is the fact that they are extraction shooters. Okay, look, I know how that sounds. Let me cook on this one, okay? There are 2 reasons within this one reason, and the first is progression. Progression in the extraction shooters are often cited as the main reason for why they could and will replace battle royales. In a typical battle royale, say Fortnite, all the progression is within the match itself. You spawn with nothing, and throughout the game you acquire better stuff, and no matter if you die or win, you will always, the next match, spawn with nothing. And that is the extent of the progression. But in extraction shooters, if you extract, you get to keep all the stuff you acquired, and if you die, you lose it all. But progression can even extend to leveling up your characters, your traders and hideout. But this often leads to the progression making the extraction shooters grindy. Grindy games can be fun for some, but for most players in general, it's not something they like, and often prefer games that are more casual and easy to get in. The second thing is that they are competitive. Games being competitive is not something unique to extraction shooters, and most games that do are highly successful, like CSGO, Valorant, League of Legends, and other battle royales like Fortnite. But the big difference between them all is how in extraction shooters you can never play it casual and you always have to play it competitive. When you, for example, play a game like Fortnite, you can just casually hop in, play some few games, have fun alone or with friends. If you die, it does not matter. And if you want to play more competitive, there is ranked, and if you lose in those ranked, you can only lose your rank, and unless you really care about your status, you basically lose nothing. But because of how the concept of extraction shooters work, you can't really hop on a game of Tarkov and have casual fun alone or with friends. The fact is that most people don't really like to play games competitively, and only a small percent that do play those games play it competitively. The developers of Tarkov has made more or less another game besides Tarkov called Arena, which is a 5v5 shooter, which is more or less like CSGO, to probably get more casual players to enjoy the game, without the high risk of losing all your acquired gear. The third main reason for why extraction shooters are failing is hackers. Hackers are a problem in every game, casual or not casual, and if you want an example, you can take Call of Duty, which has so many hackers despite it being a non-competitive game. But they are also extremely active in games like Tarkov, and if you die in those games, you lose much more than just your time. And many people outright refuse to play some extraction shooters because there's so many hackers. The developers behind The Cycle Frontier stated that the main reason the game flopped was because of hackers and the problem they caused. So if extraction shooters are not the next big battle royale, what do I think they are? Well, I simply think they are another genre, another way for people who like these types of games to play them. Just like how RTS games, for example, are not mainstream but still have a large enough player base to keep making games for and enjoying them. Although this could all change, because there's one upcoming game made by Bungie who could be said is the reason for making both looter shooters and live service games the big thing, and if this game succeeds, it could perhaps make extraction shooters the next big thing in gaming. And that game is Marathon. When this game releases, it will be the first big attempt from a AAA developer to create an extraction shooter, and I think it will be really interesting to see how this video ages as time goes along. So if you got this far into the video, thank you for watching, and have a good one.